I want to go back to Genesis. Okay, so when we look at Eve and when we look at this event, what type of faith are we talking about here? Because we know she didn't understand anything about this tree. She didn't understand anything about the fruit. She didn't know how any of this worked. All she could do is take somebody's word. Okay. So had Eve, like I said before, had Eve just stopped anywhere before she even ate it, had she just stopped at, okay, she saw that it was good for food, that it looked good, that it was desirable to make her wise. Had she just said, you know what, it looks good, but I don't know. I don't know if I believe that my eyes will be open, right? So as long as she didn't eat the fruit, as long as she didn't show the action of faith, she was okay. Okay. But as soon as she made an action, and in this case, believing the lie, the actionable faith was her eating the fruit. Her faith was made perfect, but in this case, it led to sin. What type of faith are we looking at here? It's an actionable faith. When she decided to eat the fruit, she showed that she had faith in the serpent over faith in God's word. That's what we see right here. Okay. But I'm gonna give you another example. So this is the example where it's not looking good. But let's look at an example where things kind of take a turn. Let's say that, right? So what's another example of the actionable faith in the good way, in the positive way? When we go to Daniel chapter 3. Okay, and everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people should be familiar with this story. So it's a story where King Nebuchadnezzar decides to throw three Hebrew boys into the fiery furnace, or three Hebrew men at this case. He threw them into the fiery furnace because they refused to bow down to the statue of gold. That pretty much sums it up. But I like reading the text first. Okay, so Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold whose height was 60 cubits and its width 6 cubits, and he set it up in the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. Okay, and King Nebuchadnezzar sent word to gather together the satraps, the administrators, the governors, the counselors, the treasurers, the judges, the magistrates, and all the officials of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which King Nebuchadnezzar has set up. So basically, King Nebuchadnezzar makes an image of gold. Okay, and usually the word image is like synonymous with idol. Okay, so like the second the second commandment, do not make for yourself any graven images. So images could also be idols. So he made an idol or image of gold, and it's a large one. So it's all gold, 60 cubits high. The width was 6 cubits, and he set it up in a plain. Okay, so a flat land. Okay, and he brought all his people. Everybody was there. Okay, and they're gonna go worship it. So he told them that, let's see. So when the people heard the sound of the horn, flute, harp, and lyre, and symphony with all kinds of music, all the people, nations, and languages fell down and worshipped the gold image with which King Nebuchadnezzar had set up. All of them. Well, let's go to verse 8. Therefore, at the time, certain Chaldeans came forward and accused the Jews. They spoke and said to King Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. You, O king, have made a decree that everyone who hears the sound of the horn, flute, harp, lyre, and psaltery in symphony with all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the gold image. And whoever does not fall down and worship shall be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. So basically, they're kind of just repeating the same thing. Hey, King, you said when we hear the music, you told us to bow down. But guess what? There are certain Jews who you have set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not paid due regard to you. They do not serve your gods or worship the gold image which you have set up. Snitches. They say, hey, everybody's bound down, but hold up. Those three guys are not bound down. What's going on? Aren't those the guys, the Jews that King Nebuchadnezzar set over the province? Out here snitching, hating. Then Nebuchadnezzar, in rage and fury, gave the command to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So they brought these men before the king. Now Nebuchadnezzar, he's just trying to figure out what's going on. Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you do not serve my gods and worship the gold image which you have set up? He's just trying to understand what's going on. He's like, hold on, maybe you didn't hear the music. Maybe you just didn't understand. It's okay. It's okay. There's no way that you meant not to bow down to the statue. We're gonna just do this all again. And when you bow down, right? If you fall, if you fall down and worship the image which I have made, good. We're just gonna do this again, so you can hear the music, and then you're gonna bow down, and we're just gonna go about our business. But if you do not worship, you shall be cast immediately into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. If you don't do it, we're gonna throw you into the oven. And who is the God who will deliver you from my hands? Okay. Now Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we have no need to answer you in this matter. If this is the case, our God whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us from your hand, O king. But if not, let it be known to you, O king, that we do not serve your gods, nor will we worship the gold image which you have set up.